Good morning, guys. I'm going to start your day off and make some of you a little uncomfortable. Growing up, I was terrified of my dad. When I was a little bitty girl, I had good reason to be. He was a big guy. He was a John Wayne kind of towboat captain kind of guy, and he drank. And I was terrified of him. And this always upsets my family when I talk about it because everybody loved him, and I loved him too. But it's just the truth. When I was little, I was scared to death of him. Well, as I got bigger, I got to know him. He traveled. He was out of town all the time. He was a towboat captain. And as I got bigger, I got to know him, and I loved him. And he was a good man. He just had that problem. But I was still scared of him. I still knew that he could be terrifying. But I also knew I was protected, that I was his, and that he wouldn't let anybody hurt me. Had complete confidence in that. And so it got me thinking about Proverbs 1:7, where it says, beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. And Jenny Allen, this last couple weekends ago at If Gathering, told us that that word in Hebrew means terror. He's terrifying. And I thought of my own relationship with him and how, as I've gotten to know God, that perfect love has driven out fear, like it says in 1 John. And so I know God, and he's still kind of terrifying. I know he could smite this whole world with a bat of an eye, but I trust him. I know that he's not going to. So it got me thinking like that, and about really my obedience to God is out of my love, not out of terror. And how that it's only when we really acknowledge who he is that we bow humbly before him. And guys, I think one of the things that keeps us bound in our sin is our pride. We don't humble ourselves on our knees or face down before God. And I think that's a key. I think it's critical that we bow low before him in worship. And if we understand him, it's easy to do. So here's the challenge. In your time alone with God, you may get on your knees, go face down, and let him be God. Let him show you what he wants you to do in humble obedience.